nobody can help us, not our money, not our status, not our wealth, not our children, not our family, nobody can help us. At that time, that day, angel of death will take my soul. I show it whatever I want. I show it my degree is not going to care. I show it what big house I have is not going to care. I show it what status I have is not going to care. It's going to take my soul to Allah, because my soul is going to go to Allah alone, nobody else. At that moment, they're going to have to return to Allah alone, nobody else, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we're going to have to return to Him, and He knows what's exactly inside my heart. Was it dunya or was it deen? Did we care more about what the people thought, or did we care more about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says? Isn't it? Today we care, what are people going to say? What's Allah going to say? We're going to return to Allah alone. He's given us responsibility. Allah has given us so much ni'mah, so much food, so much beautiful foods we eat, but we don't want to do the responsibility which Allah has given us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us eyes, we can see so many things, we can see our parents, we can see our family, we can see so many beautiful things, so many different flowers, so many different colors, but we don't want to do the responsibility which Allah gave us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us health. If you see how much time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us health compared to illness, we have so much more health in our lives. But yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us so much, but we don't want to do the responsibility which Allah has given us. He gives us ears which we can hear the voice of our parents, the voice of our family, but yet we don't want to do the responsibility which Allah has given us. We'll use this, we'll have the blessings of Allah, but we don't want to do the responsibility which He's given us, Allah. Isn't it? Today we're not preparing our salah, I want to eat from the blessings of Allah, which Allah is providing me, but I don't want to pray to Allah, no. What's happened to us? What's inside our heart? Isn't it? What's inside our heart? How much effort are we putting in this? It requires an effort. Nobody's going to get a car like that. They have to put effort in and effort in, then they get the car, then they get the house. Isn't it? People put so much effort in, years and years and years, then they get the degree in university. But how much effort are we putting in deen to get deen inside our heart? How much effort are we doing to get this deen inside my heart? It's more important than all this dunya, all these degrees combined. It doesn't matter. Because deen is going to stay with me, dunya is going to stay here, all of this is going to stay here. All of the people are going to stay here, the money is going to stay here. Who cares? It's going to stay behind anyway. I'm going to turn to Allah alone, and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how much deen is inside my heart. How much did I remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How much did I do for the preparation of the akhirah? Because Allah does not need us, we need Allah. And He's given us responsibility, we're not fulfilling the responsibility. What responsibility has He given us? We're the last ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He's given us big responsibility. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Khatam al-Nabiyyin, there's no more prophet after him. But this big responsibility is now on our shoulders to enjoin right and forbid wrong. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says to his meaning, when you see a wrong, you forbid it with your hand. If you cannot forbid it with your hand, you forbid it with your mouth, your zaban. If you cannot forbid it from your mouth, then you consider it a vice in your heart and you supplicate for its change. And that, he said, very important, he said, this is the weakest form of iman. And today, instead of us forbidding it, we are the ones doing the sins. So how much iman is inside our heart? That's why effort needs to be made. Going out in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so important. You know, how can I get this deen inside my heart? Isn't it? Is it all this dunya is going to stay behind? What can I do to get this deen inside my heart for my own self? So I can have an excuse in the day of judgment that I did something for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's deen, isn't it? And for the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not need us for this effort. You can use other people. Once a Jamaat came from Malaysia, and this masjid they came, we try so hard to get youngsters in. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not need us for this effort. He can use other people. He does not need us, because remember, this Allah does not need us. We need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He can use other people for this effort. We're trying so hard. This Malaysian Jamaat comes and they go and automatically they bring youngsters nugget, and I get shocked. Automatically people just come with them, and they're such simple people, simple talk, but how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala utilizing them for the effort of deen. Allah does not need us. This is such a big opportunity Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. We don't want to do it. It's for our own benefit, for our own akhirah, but we don't want to do it. Enjoy the blessings and go fulfill the responsibility for your own benefit, but we don't want to do it. Even myself, we don't want to do. That's why it's important to go out in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Build my akhirah. Such reward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised. In one hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says within his meaning that a short time in the path of Allah is better than performing 2 rak'at of salah in front of Hajrat al-Aswad, the black stone, on Laylatul Qadr, which is better than 1,000 months, which is better than around like a whole lifetime. Isn't it? It's a short time in the path of Allah. So imagine going out in the path of Allah even in Ramadan, you know. The amount of reward is immense. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, promised. If I die, what good have I left behind? Isn't it? Well, if I die now, what good have I left behind in this dunya that will benefit me inside the grave? And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says to this meaning, whoever enjoins others to do good, his reward is like the one who does it. So all those people who you give da'wah to, if they continue and continue and continue, then inshallah, bidinillah ta'ala, you'll get the reward inside your qadar. And so much this happened even in front of our eyes. People, they go on Jamaat, and it affects their heart, and then different masjids be built around this locality. Around the whole of UK, masjids are being built, affect people's heart, they do madrasa and so on, and so much for father. Then how much ajr is being given, isn't it? Who's ajr given to? People who make effort. So how can the deen enter into my heart? It requires an effort. That's why it's important to go out in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The water that's consistently flowing, going out, moving, then that water stays clean, and it benefits others. But the water just stays in itself, and stays in that pond, it gets green and dirty, and not only is it filthy for itself, but it brings bamari to other people and illnesses to other people who drink from it. It's important to go out and out and out in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So everyone's requested to go out for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First intention is 4 months for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.